And now it's Rift! Yeah!
Right, okay. So,
That happened.
this stream was going to be
You know,
myself and Captain Cursor, but people keep showing up, okay? So that's not my problem, not my fault. We're all going to introduce ourselves. I'm Linda Carlson, known as Brasse the Dwarf, and I'm the Director of Community here at Tryon Worlds, and I'm also stuck working with this bunch of yahoos. And you all can introduce yourselves. Stop shaking my chair.
I'm John Hegner, also known as Mr. Zeus. I do content with this guy over here and this guy over here.
I'm Captain Cursor. I do puppetry. And today I worked on hallucinating.
I do puppetry.
You worked on puppetry today.
That's how he
No,
got his
I
job.
worked on hallucinating today, but I do puppetry.
You worked on puppetry and you do
No, I was working on hallucinations.
Okay.
And I do puppetry from time to time.
I'm
Hallucinate.
Michael,
Wait.
Hanson, Carolar. That's it. Good.
No, that's not it.
No,
You were working on hallucinations.
Yes.
In-game hallucinations, right?
No, that's not what he said.
Yeah!
Lunchtime hallucination.
Let's go with that.
Luckily, it's Friday.
Lunch was good today.
Sorry, Michael
Yes,
agreed to
ma'am.
be our driver. So, what do you
Actually,
do?
the thing is I made sure to get every person who had a lush, full beard onto the stream.
This is
Just
not lush,
to
nor is it
make
full.
Brasse jealous. Look at this. Look
well-groomed,
at all this keratin on our faces.
well-groomed,
Oh, you can grab it.
salt and
pull it.
peppery.
Yeah.
Well
Okay.
I'm
spiced.
gonna join
Nice
in,
and-
but
Some
I'm
of
actually on
you-
your side.
Some of you may have noticed that I actually started a campaign today called #LadyBeards. If you would all please tweet at RiftGame with a picture of a woman in a nice beard, that would really, really make me happy. And as a matter of fact, we're going to start out today with Michael, if you could go to the desktop and start what I've been
Yes,
told you to
ma'am.
start from. And what we're going to, flip over. A message from our sponsor. A message from our sponsor today. Rift's been around for 5 years, and we dwarves are still waiting for beards. So I'm the spokesman for the Lady Beards movement.
I love it.
And we just want to talk about the fact that we look fantastic with beards. We're tired of having our beards denied. Equal rights for ladybeards, absolutely essential for the long-time success of this company. And, support your local dwarven lasses, or else. As you can see, we outclass
Is that
guys
Will
when we
Wheaton?
choose to grow beards. We do very well. Some of us start at a very young age.
Oh my god.
And it's very, very important that you get out there and support us all. Please tweet at Rift Game and tell people that we need ladybeards in Rift now. Super vital to what?
Do we have a tie-in with Ladybeard? Or Lady Baby?
I don't know, but I mean, if for no other reason, do it for the kids. Also, 2016 sucked. Okay, it was a really
Yes.
crappy year. We
Yes,
have to
it
do
did.
something good to end the year with.
There were some good scientific
Okay, you can hit
achievements,
escape
but
now
that's
and
about
switch
it.
back.
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
My niece was born.
Oh,
All right.
There we go.
congratulations
my
vicariously
sister.
through your,
Yeah.
your,
Wow.
your sibling.
So please
Yeah.
tweet at Rift Game
Cheers to that.
for ladybeards. Thank you.
And if you haven't looked them up, Lady Baby, it's a Japanese
No.
band.
Oh yeah, and Ladybeard sings with them.
Yes.
Great stuff. Ladybeards, he's the patron saint of our movement.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're really here to talk about today is lore. I've specifically asked these bearded gentlemen to show up. We want to talk about the origins of the elven races and the dwarven race in Rift. So, how many elven races are there now?
There are three. Well,
Can
there
you
are
name
two.
them?
There are two elven races. There's high elves, and then
Okay.
there are Kalari, and then there are the Tuatha, who aren't technically elves, but they are the progenitors of the elves. The Tuatha came first, and then from them,
One might say more elven than elven.
yeah, they're two elven.
Two elven.
They're
Wait,
two
oh,
elven.
Okay, but the Tuatha.
Some might say elfin.
No,
No?
no.
Okay.
Elfin means you're kind of small and wafy.
So how did the High Elves and Kalari diverge from the original Tuatha?
They left to the mortal realm, and it does things
and why?
to you.
Why did they leave to the mortal?
Because their leaders started doing horrific things that they didn't agree with, and so they said, "That's it, we're moving."
So then the elves left the immortal realms to go to the mortal realms.
To the mortal realms,
And a
became
lot of
mortal.
people believed this was a bad move.
No.
Well, the Tuatha did.
The
And they're the
Tuatha-
only ones that mattered.
That's true. Good
Yes.
point. Good
Yeah.
point. You have grokked the essence of what it is to be Tuatha.
Yes.
Okay. So, Michael, what are we looking at here?
This is Silverwood
This-
Forest.
The home of the High Elves.
Is that the first place that the High Elves showed up when they came to Telara?
Oh, that's where they settled.
We're actually getting some great dialogue right now, some VO.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
From the
Oh,
zone
there's
event.
there's an
Bloodfire
there's an
Army
event going on.
Oh,
at the
Bloodfire. That's actually topical.
There you go. Topic it. Then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bring it on in. How's it topical?
Because the Bloodfire Army is the offshoot of Ashenfell and the Alaviax, the banished daughter of the adversary who rules the Alaviax, went off to try to conquer her own realm with the dev client. And
We're writing
I
lore as we
swear.
speak.
Yeah.
no, in a way she did, because she was granted some Oculons, strange power from beyond the edge of the universe, and used that to destabilize the plane of water and flamescape it into the plane of fire.
But more important, you heard it here, folks. First, there is a trinket that is going to be dev client that gives you godly powers.
That gives you godly powers and crashes your.
Crashes your
your
game
client,
half the time.
yeah.
Okay.
Just say no to the trinket that gives you death powers, believe me. For one thing, you'll start working overtime around the clock for at least 3 out of the 5 days of the week.
And then
And
anytime.
weekends.
No. And then anytime you see people having way too much fun, you have to stop and go to work.
And ruin that fun. Yeah.
Okay, now tell me how did the Kalarian and High Elves, they both evolved from the Tuatha.
Yes.
However, how did they start diverging and why? And
So
how long ago?
they came to Telara, and for centuries they were one people, and that's about 12 seconds in elf years. So then they, I guess, quickly split apart with differences on how they should live. The High Elves thought that one should venerate the gods, while the Kalari wanted to be masters of their own fate and take up practices such as spirit binding and the like. Here is Ember Isle, which is actually the home of both Dwarves and Kalari.
Right, okay.
So one might say they're intertwined
So, now-
fate-wise.
When you say it's the
No, the
homes of
Far
both-
clan I wouldn't say is intertwined with anyone but each other in that cave.
All right, so with the dwarves, there's still just one race of dwarves, right?
There's one race of dwarves, but there's a number of clans.
Okay.
So there's the clan at there's the city of multiple clans in Hammernell, and that's the biggest metropolis of dwarves. And then there's Far Clan, who live in Far Hall.
Got it.
They're the distant relations, one could say.
Yeah, they certainly dress differently.
Well,
So-
how would you dress if you lived on a desert island as a dwarf?
With a beard?
Tropical.
You'd have a beard and a
I'd have a
sunburn,
beard.
which is what they look like.
Well, you see, there you go. In cold realms, we need the beard in order to protect ourselves from frostbite, and in the hot realms, we need them to protect ourselves from sunburn.
the
So
sun,
why are you
exactly.
denying me my beard?
Because the female dwarves in Rift have natural sunblock.
Hey Nick, there's a pretty good
Oh,
question.
that's the lamest ever.
Why are the Kalari purple?
Why are they purple?
Well, they're not all purple, are they? Some of them are blue.
Some of them are blue.
You know,
Some of them are.
not lily white like the High Elves.
It's environmental and magical influences. When you bind spirits all day from elemental things, it changes you after many thousands of years. You have kind of a planar tint to you.
Any particular plane or just all of them?
It's a mixture of all of them. That's why I kind of got to around to be purplish blue.
Gotcha.
So it's fair to say then that the elves, they all arose in the plane of life?
Well, the Tuatha were in the plane of life, and then
Right.
they became elves in the mortal plane.
Okay. All right. And then where did the dwarves come from?
The dwarves are a mystery because we haven't gotten to explore that aspect of them. And so there could possibly be some kind of dwarvy expansion in Rift's future.
Really? Is that right?
I don't know, expansion or the zone.
Probably, an expansion where females get the beards there last.
You heard
No,
it
no,
here
no, no,
first.
no. I believe the story is why they
Arconyx
don't
is gonna
have.
march in any second now and take off Nick's head, but that'll be really cool to watch. In the meantime, dwarven content coming sometime in the future.
If you had a proper length dwarven beard, you wouldn't be able to have your head taken off. 'Cause
That's
the beard
true.
Would protect.
It would protect it, especially if I put jewelry and stuff in it.
Or just
Don't
you
care.
know,
I'll drink to
dipped
that.
it into a molten vat of
molten
silver.
silver thing.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah.
All right, John, you were brought in to provide additional commentary on lore. So what have you got to say about the elves and the dwarves?
Down with elves, up with dwarves.
I'll drink to
High
that.
five. High five. High five. High five.
Yeah.
There we go.
And Vlad, are you involved at all in this dwarven elven banter?
Yeah, I think that the dwarven racial is the most powerful one in the game.
Oh, and what is the dwarven racial?
Breakfast.
Exactly. Which also comes in a bottle.
It's totally overpowered, but we're not going to change it ever.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Bottled breakfast is overpowered. You got like a.
I'm saving it for later. Stop.
Get a
I'm
hair.
saving it for later. I'm saving it for later.
Wow. This
It's there to make
goes
Brasse
straight.
feel jealous.
You're behind the wheel.
So, so that's it for the live stream this week. We're completely done. So, what do you see happening in the future with the elves? Now, I gather that the high elves and the Kalari are now getting along again. Are they interbreeding? Do they go on dates?
The player base tends to either want to hold on to that grudge or abandon it completely.
I mean,
So I think it depends.
Are the two dating forbidden? Because if so, then that's definitely happening.
Cole has a question.
Where do you go on dates in Telara?
Obviously you'd go to Bottomtown and Dromheim.
To private chat
Oh,
channels.
I have actually.
You go to
Duh.
you go to 2744/2885/1125.
What? What? Really? This is clearly a place you go to all the time. What do you
Or-
do? Or
Or I just made it up,
it's somewhere under the world.
and I'm curious
Or it's a
where
bunch
it
of
is.
coordinates.
You can take your date to this little waterfall if you're.
It's just
Yeah,
the
go to
pla-
the runic. Dwarves would go to the runic Anthenium.
It's the plane of candles and silk pillows.
I would actually go to
Coming
someone's
in
dimension.
Coming to another hot fix near you.
But as was explained in St. Tyrannus in a Wizard Did It camp, there's lots of places in Telara that you just don't see because they're not infested with monsters. And the problem with being a hero is you always remember only the parts where you had an exciting adventure. So all the farms and the small cafes that serves those great croissants in the mornings, you just don't remember, but that's where you'd end up at a date. You'd go to, a theater show. You'd go see puppetry in Hylal and then fight monsters.
Got it.
Or you'd go someplace boring and not really remember where it is. 'Cause
So
it wasn't
we have
attacked.
somebody in the chat channel who's giving you people a run for your money in terms of lore. Mizuki Ayu. I thought dwarves were created by Baralt as workers to build the world, then granted life as a reward.
Yes, but where was that from? Where was that? Are
Where-
they from
where was
the
that?
bowels of Hammerfell and crawled on up from there? Or was it on another plane and they migrated here? Or did they come from Telara itself? These are things that I'd like to kind of keep in a back pocket because it would help to make a future bit of content more interesting to explore it.
Or because he hasn't actually written it yet. My
Or he's-
earliest memory was waking up in a pub, on the floor, under the table. It was a great time. There was also, Scan IT asked, one last question. When did Onket kill the Big Mother? Is that Great Mother? Because we get the simulacrum in the Tuatha Coven dungeon.
She didn't have to kill her. She could just create her from what she knows about it. It's not necessary to take the person apart. Or maybe the Great Mother has already been killed and replaced and we just never noticed. And she's doing a very
Do you
good
mean
job.
like a simulacrum of a simulacrum?
Or just yes. Yeah.
Does this mean you haven't written about that yet either?
Or we've written all
we've written all
possibilities.
possible ones and are currently debating stuff.
Okay, wait. So do you use a magic 8-ball to decide which one of these stories to go with?
No.
Or we use 2 magic 8 balls.
Oh my god.
What? No. Honestly, what sometimes happens
I'll
is
just be over
we
here.
will have the story in mind of what we want, and then as we're producing it, we run into problems or something isn't working, and then we'll sit around and we will try to figure it out, and we'll come up with a much better story at the last moment.
Okay.
If you, for those people that have gotten to the end of Ashenfell, we already knew that we wanted to have the ending for one of the companions was worked out in advance for Carly. The ending for Ambriel was decided near the last minute.
I think it was in a. I was walking by your cube and went, "Oh wait, I
wait.
just had an idea."
Yeah, and we had to just figure out. I'm having a problem with why they even are allowing Carly to join up, and in figuring that out, we came up with a much better ending, like at the last minute. So while we do pen stuff together.
I mean, we're constantly
Years in
cycling-
advance of what we want to do, sometimes that doesn't always last until we get it produced.
I mean, we're playing in the minds of the characters that we made all the time and trying to figure out their motivations and all that jazz. And,
Yeah.
And I think
And then
Nick and I having each other to bounce ideas off of helps quite a bit.
It helps so much to
because
have
we
people
can
to
each
bounce
we can
ideas
each go,
off.
okay, we're in this situation. You're this character. I'm this character. What's our motivations? And we play it out and we go, that doesn't make any sense. Back up.
Right.
And then
and
we
then
rewrite
figure
it.
it out. And the
We're
problem
constantly doing
solving
this.
tends
Two
to solve
questions.
other problems.
2 questions. How do I get in on these discussions? Can
Why
I buy
don't
my way in?
personally-
Sure.
can't
No.
pass.
I can tell you. I can tell you how.
They're
You
very
could.
loud, and you can hear them
Yeah.
pretty much everywhere.
So I should just rush right over and insert
No.
myself in the conversation?
You can
So
start.
what should really
you can start
happen
taking
is-
on a lot of the quest design work with us and helping us produce zones
I like
for
that.
months and months
Like,
at a time.
I reduce half
Yeah.
my workload. You reduce half your
Yeah,
workload. And
exactly.
We give the
And then I say, oh my god, this is my dream job. It's what I would love to do that. If you end up doing some Dwarven content, I've got some ideas. Now, of course, all of the people who play our games have ideas as well, and sometimes you'll see some pretty cool bits of fanfic show up on the forums and other locations.
Yes.
Do you actually read that? Does that ever inform your decisions or give you ideas of the direction that might work?
It always informs our decisions because by writing that, we know what characters, what types of creatures, what types of stories the players are interested in.
well, just what's resonating.
Or yeah, what's resonating? What players have their eyes on, and the more of that we see, the more that we know. Hey, let's do some of this. Oh, players are not sick of Atrophinius, like a lot of people in
Never.
the team were.
Why would anyone?
It-
do
I
that?
don't know why anyone
And-
would.
well,
be.
that's the interesting
sick of
thing
Atrophinius.
because you're working with this stuff every single day, and therefore it can get wearing.
It-
But for those of us who are just going through the game and playing it, it is exciting, and we want to hear more, even though you may be sick of it.
Well-
So I'm glad to hear that you respond to what
Well,
what the
that
players
is part
like.
of the development. Also, is it's like we're this close to the content for so long that we have to remember to
Right.
push ourselves back and be like, okay, fresh eyes on this stuff. How's it going to look? Because we've gone through 20, 30 iterations of stories, probably before anybody else really sees them.
And we also have a very limited amount of, I like to call it production zots, of like zots.
Production
A
zots?
unit of something, a unit of storytelling. Like, and we can release certain amounts in a zone quest. We can release certain amounts in a raid. We can do certain amounts in like a zone event or some kind of special saga. But it's kind of limited on what we can tell. And so oftentimes we'll have stories that are too big for what we can tell, or something just had to get left out because of the production deadline, or we thought we could tell it, but we really didn't have the space, so it kind of got squeezed out. Sometimes things can work. You'll get more time to tell a certain story. Originally, like a year and a half ago, the entire Gedlow Badlands story was a minor B plot. And then, because of how things got shuffled around, it became an A plot for the zone, which was great because I really wanted to focus in on Saint Tyrannus, and I liked the Kobold society. So, in the process of producing stuff, it changes the story and it focuses it down to what we can tell, which isn't always what we planned years ago. So when like right now we're talking about, where exactly are the dwarves from? Are we going to see more stuff about them? The answer is, yeah, we will probably come around to dwarves again because we like giving different types of people and different archetypes that players have more love. But what exactly that is, I don't want to commit to now. I only want to commit to it when we release it, because up until then, I don't know how much is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to interrupt you right now. Devastron says, so how do the different races view each other? Do elves and dwarves get along? Does anyone like humans?
I think everyone loves humans, in that humans spend their time trying to make it with every other race.
Well, and they
What?
humans appreciate
What?
everything that every
Would you
other
like to
race
rephrase
makes.
that?
That tends to be how humans are in fantasy. They're
Oh my god.
Make it, you meant crafting, right?
yes,
Yeah.
they craft.
Yeah.
They're good
They
crafters.
craft. Holy Roller 12 asks, are there any plans for more class lore to make them a more integral part of the content, such as if you're going to the plane of death, do paladins get a boost, that sort of thing?
So
Paladin should automatically die, right?
mechanically,
No, that's any ranger class.
oh yes, mechanically, we can't, or we have not been making it so that if you go into a fire zone and you play pyromancer, you're useless. So because we're not committing to that in the mechanics of it,
It sounds super, super awesome, and the first time it happened to you, you'd
yeah,
probably break something.
rage, because people like playing their particular class
Yeah.
and don't want it to be completely useless.
That being said, if there was a game to do it, I think Rift would be the one, since you can shift around your focus a little bit. But there's
can,
still
but
that love
but-
of like, I want to play my pyromancer.
Yeah.
Oh, my guild is going to the plane of fire.
you
I'm
can,
not
but
gonna-
we have found that people don't.
exactly.
They don't. The audience in total does not.
Agreed. Mizuki Ayu says, asserts, high elves bred Mathosians as a race. They are like pets. Truth?
That may be, Mizuki may be a very long playing Rift player, because I think that was in.
Are we revising history
No,
now?
no,
Is
no,
that
no,
what
no,
you're
no, no.
saying?
We're not revising history.
Like the United States of America?
I think that was in the original High Elf thing that came out on the cusp of Rift's announcement that we took down, because it was actually from Heroes of Telara. I will have to check. If they did that, that was long ago when people did not get along quite as well. And maybe that was a Mathosian who was a servant to an elf who didn't really like it, and so he wrote that down, that
servant-
I am treated like a pet.
a servant named Snowball.
Yes, no, damn Snowball.
Snowball? Seriously? How many beers have you had? Yeah. Now, we are talking about lore this week because we have some stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. Let me just break away just a little bit. Put your lore questions up there, but I do want to mention that next week, Talk's Proving Grounds are going live. Now, this is Dead Simon's puzzle dungeon, and he's very, very, very secure in the thought. What?
It's going to be very hard.
Oh yeah, it's
It's
going
going
to
to
be.
be super hard. Stop, John! You've been that for later!
It's going to be extremely time.
This is like the
consuming.
most tough puzzle that we've ever released at Rift.
My OCD is going crazy with that
I
one
know.
hair.
I know.
No, I'm saving it for later. She keeps wanting to have a hair on her face.
So this is because.
So I've got all the hair, and now I've got all the hair again, and now I've got even more.
God Almighty, that's actually true. That's where those stray hairs come from. These were
Oh,
my
I know.
hair ties, and it's driving me nuts now too. Vlad is stealing all of my hair one strand
Okay,
at a time.
I'm gonna have a new vocal tick now.
Are you done?
Okay.
I think you got it, actually. Oh, no, it's still there.
No, it's-
Okay. Okay. Pay attention! Oh my god, I've only got one beer left to get through the stream. Bucket of Chicken, great name by the way. Bucket of Chicken says, like we had those runic anatheum class stories before, can we get stories for the other souls and maybe rewards for those?
Yeah,
65th
we can get the
anniversary?
stuff in the runic antheum. I explained this on the lore boards a little bit. I put into the Mages of Elitu have a library that I've always wanted to have books in there. But by the time I got to putting books in there, I had missed the lock. So I only put in books that that wouldn't impact localization. And the books in Runic Antheum are collectible books, and these ones I want to be ones that's a lending library where you can only read them there. So my plan is to, over time, add in more books to that library so you can read them, if they happen to randomly spawn there. So you might have to stop by the library often.
Gotcha.
But there should be books for you to read
Do
there.
you have to have a library card and check them out, and then there's late fees if you don't check
So
them back
funny
in?
story, I tried to do that earlier when I thought I had time, and all I ended up doing was permanently destroying my character.
That was your first mistake, thinking you had time.
I had time. So I wanted to make it, you checked out the book, and then 5 hours later it was gone. And what that did was it permanently corrupted a character that I had.
Oh.
So,
That's so awful.
you
So
know,
you heard
death
it
by
here.
library book.
Reading corrupts you.
Reading corrupts you and destroys you forever.
Now, I keep seeing Carolan trying to move his lips a little bit. It looks like he wants to say something. You don't want to say anything?
No.
You're not going to
I
redeem this
certainly-
live stream
I
with your
cer-
commentary?
Are you sure you don't want to vocalize the thoughts?
No.
Okay.
I like my job.
Okay, so upcoming live streams. We've already had a live stream on Talk's Proving Grounds. That's the official name for Simon's Dungeon of Pain. Talk's Proving
Oh,
Grounds.
it is so painful.
Yeah, it is. The other thing is, and I know I can say this, Fortress... Jeez, somebody get Vlad a...
Well, if you guys would pick the hairs out of my mouth, I wouldn't have to do this.
or a breath mint or something. Fortress Siege is in testing currently. Now, we can't promise anything, but it's very close to release.
Very close.
So we're looking for that as well. The other thing that's coming up is next week we hope to tell you a little bit about Fayule. That's coming up too. And we have a ton of stuff to talk about in that. So there are some stuff to talk about, or to think about as we go away. Let's see. We're talking about... Sir Karalar is the faster sheeper in Telara for starters. What does that even mean?
I've been sheeving people.
Are you serious?
And there's a sheep
Is that
right
what
there.
you do?
He's right there.
That's what I do.
You're the dude who does that.
I'm one of them. Other people do it too. I'm just the fastest.
The fastest.
Yeah.
He also just happens to have an unlimited supply.
Yeah. Everybody can do it. I can just do it better.
So,
Are you faster because of
a number of people have been
I was
asking
gonna
about
say
why
Karen
Asha
today.
isn't helping out. There are plans for her, but as I previously said, oftentimes things change in production, so I'm not going to spoil something that may or may not happen. But the plan is to have her help out in future content. So yes, you'll get to know.
Asha does what she wants.
That's also true. Yeah. I tried
Asha,
talking
what do
to
you
her,
want?
but she just scowled at me, and then I had to slink away.
She side-eyed you and judged you in the same
She
moment.
in the same moment, and yeah.
White Warrior A, because apparently there's a White Warrior B out there somewhere too. How do Kalari feel about the other races? They are kind of an odd bunch, aren't they?
So they tend to fall down on one of two sides. Either they are very insular and think all the other races are very stupid and are doing it wrong, or they are just so amazed by everything and they want to find out how things work to the point of being a little annoying. I'd call that we have Anthusa on one side,
Okay.
and then we have Silver on the other.
All right, I find that really, really odd because how can they look down on everybody for being stupid when they still haven't mastered everything?
They have mastered everything
What the
that is
actual-
worthwhile.
Oh,
Well,
Sorry.
they're going down the proper route. They
As
just
she
haven't
used to.
finished it.
Yeah.
Everyone else is down the wrong route.
huh.
Or they're amazed at all these cool things that why didn't I discover this when I was younger?
I'm also going to point out Grifter Faxer is now voicing something that I'd love to see myself. Why not make more lore quests that send us back all around the old Telara zones to highlight the rich lore?
Because
Every
someone
quest in the old
is-
world already does that?
is tasked with making all the new lore in all the new zones.
Oh, is that
And you can either do one or the other. If there is time, or if there is
What if Uncat just made a simulacra of you?
of me.
Yes.
That would be
I've
awesome.
actually been working on that with my son.
Your
But-
your lesser simulacra?
No, to have him make a robot to write for me.
Nick 2.0?
But he's not interested in that. He's interested in math or some
or
dumb stuff
cloning
like
himself instead of you. Yeah.
So if you
that.
were
Lousy child.
if you were to create some content that was helped to explain the origin of dwarves, what would you do? Would you make a zone for it?
I would.
A new city?
I mean,
a way to go back in
like
time?
if you're giving us like open-ended budget to
Yeah.
do it, or
If
like
Yeah,
so,
totally. I'm volunteering to
you're
help.
volunteering for that. So basically, it would probably come around if it
You're number
helped
2.
serve a purpose. If it was something that fit in, was very dwarfy bit of new content, they might make an appearance there. Or if they're just ignored for long enough, I'll come up with some reason why the content that you didn't think was dwarfy actually is, such as FarClan.
Fascinating. Or maybe another dwarven tribe.
Well, we'll probably be another dwarven tribe because it's fun to give new traits to people.
Othan GB says Dwarven Civil War?
Dwarven
Question mark, exclamation mark.
are you
You know, we don't tend to fight amongst
are you
ourselves.
gonna get any wood for all those sheep, or what's going on?
Wood for all the shit.
Trading
Yeah,
for
trading,
brick?
trading for brick, stone, wood, grain.
It's a Paladin joke.
mean,
People are now saying that we should have a Sheep Lord endgame boss.
What?
Oh, that can happen.
Sheep Lord endgame boss?
That can
we
happen.
write a story about that?
We can write stories for anything.
Demon sheep.
Go for
It's
it.
happening.
Demon Sheep. Got
Demon
it.
sheep? Yeah.
Well,
Heard it here
yeah.
first. I'm
We've
writing
done.
it- I'm
We've
writing it
actually
down
done a
right
lot
now.
of demon sheep.
Demon Sheeps.
Okay, demon goat.
There was.
Goat's even better.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Keep bumping the table, sorry.
Okay, we've had a number of questions today about the and perhaps you don't write the. Oh, you probably don't write these. Vlad, dude.
Yeah.
Crafting dimensions, like the crafting dimensions where we go in and we do really cool stuff. Yes.
Oh, the crafting dimensions.
For like the new expansion, people
Oh,
are
yeah.
asking about them.
Okay, so that's more of a puppet Tacitus thing.
Oh. Are you saying that we need a puppet task?
I think we need puppets for everyone. The entire dev team. And then we can get made up answers to questions that the puppeteer doesn't know.
It'll be great, and that way, the regular devs will be beholden, right? Because you speak for Vlad. Right?
Oh, totally.
So
Totally.
anything you say, Vlad will do.
Exactly. We're going to keep nerfing Reaver.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
It was nice knowing you.
That was great. Okay, so Tacitus puppet.
Good
Next up. Although I think I have promised a Great Father Frost puppet. Oh, which brings me to phase 2 in hashtag Ladybeards. I have written Great Father Frost a letter for Faye Yule. I hope I can still read this after a beer.
Please tell me it is in the manner of a poem.
It is.
I can't.
Dear Great Father Frost, please hear me heartfelt plea. Winter's coming, so they say, and cold me chin it be. I've been good, at least sometimes, and just want to be geared with long and silky facial locks, a proper dwarven beard. From your loyal dwarf Brasse. P.S. Just give me what I want and no one gets hurt. P.P.S. I know where you live. P.P.P.S. Don't make me tell the Yule Mother about your spring break shenanigans.
Dear Brass, this is Great Father Frost from Rift. I have heard your threatening prayers.
I find they give the best results, Great Father Frost.
We will see. Come back during Fey Yule. On Fey Yule. Because Fey Yule is the best.
Okay, so we have one. I hopefully Cole got this. Cole, did you get the
I blacked
image I
out there
sent?
for a second. What happened?
To the Telaran live stream room.
Great Father Frost.
Oh, yeah,
Answer
yeah.
the prayers.
Okay. We're gonna show, if you could switch it back to our faces for a sec so that we can put this up. How are we gonna show this? This is a sneak advanced preview of something coming with Fey Yule that we just got today. Can you put up the picture?
Wait, who sent it to me?
From me. To try on
Oh, I got
live
it.
stream. Got it. Okay.
I can't wait.
You got to see
I'm
this.
holding my
you got
breath.
to see this. Come on.
I'm turning
Come
Kalari.
on,
Come on.
I'm
I need to see
downloading
it. No, it's not a mount. Good lord. Super sneak peek.
So many sheep.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. It could be a mount.
It's coming.
No. You're thinking of mustache rides. They're completely different.
Woo.
I don't think we're that kind of game.
Oh. Ha! Look at that.
Your prayers have been
Look
answered.
at that. So, Vlad's playing the part of Great Father Frost now?
I only have one puppet.
No, put it back up. Oh, look at it. Never mind the sweater. The sweaters happen. But look, that's a female dwarf wearing a freaking beard, okay? Now, admittedly, this is clearly a hat, right? I'll take what I can get. I'm gonna wear this hat
It's a pretty
year
stylish
round.
stash too.
Year round. It's a really brilliant thing.
I am jealous.
You should
That's
be.
the word I will use. Jealous.
Now, Ginger says that when this comes out, it will be dyeable.
There you go.
It's
But it
going
will
to be really
always have a
awesome.
Santa hat.
Well, this iteration will, but it was kind of like a test thing, right? And it's wearable by females. So even if you're a freaking Kalari, you can have a beard. Also, you're going to be very happy to know that you can get this lovely bearded hat set for the Fey Yule currency. So everybody can get one of these. I expect all of my fellow female dwarves to get out there and lady beard it up. So thank you so much, Rift Team, for letting us show that. I'm so happy. So I'm done. The sweaters are also available through Fey Yule. You just wait. We'll have a lot of detail about that coming up.
And that means the Atrophinius Great Father Frost IA will probably be back. And that's how you'll earn
Is
the
that
currency.
right?
I would imagine,
Making a sheep.
because I get royalties for... No, I don't.
They're slash bombing each other and making it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
flocking.
we're
Yeah,
back in
that's
herd now.
pretty amazing.
That's
the
flocking
sheep, The sheep
amazing?
are now
Yeah,
flocking.
flocking amazing.
That is flocking amazing.
That's flocking
sheer
incredible.
brilliance. That's-
Sheer brilliance. This is good. I hope somebody's taking screenshots. Okay. Do you want to tell us about sheep lore in Telara?
I know nothing about sheep.
Carr,
You apparently know something
the
about
Titan
sheep.
of the Wilds, uses sheep as currency.
Well, there
And
you
he
go.
trades his sheep, and that's where the wealth of of his nation comes from. So when he goes off to get some kebabs, and the Cadlu
He's really,
decide to
you can tell
devour.
he's just making this up on
No,
the fly.
I'm describing a quest.
Oh, okay.
This happened. And when the Cadlu come and they scare off or try to eat all the sheep, there goes all his money. So that's why he sits around on the throne holding his sheep on his lap, and no other reason.
It's his wall.
No other reason.
No other
Yeah.
reason. Not at all.
Oh my god.
Okay. And yes, Fey Yule is getting
Can
close.
you think of another reason?
No.
No,
okay.
we're not going to. This is rated T for teen.
Yeah.
You will stop right now.
I have never started. I've been very good this whole live stream. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Oh,
Oh, we
Yeah.
just
Oops.
What
we
happened?
just
Oh,
ended,
what
and we're
happened?
done. We're done. We're back. Welcome. Now it's a whole new live stream.
Yeah. Now we can talk as if we don't think the live stream is happening.
yeah, totally. So, what do you think of that Arconix guy anyway?
Oh,
Vlad, What do
man.
you say? What do
That
you say,
friggin'
Vlad?
guy.
I think we should give beards to everyone.
Why was that
It's easy for you to say.
Oh wait, I don't think we should give beards to anyone.
So, what I should say is that Vlad, the real Vlad, actually has an epic beard. It is a gorgeous ginger-colored
It is quite
beard.
epic.
Yeah, it's way more epic than that. Oh, Melodic Death 4L, still waiting for my free copy of Rip that I won last live stream. What? Step 1, check your other folder for messages there. And I am also going to write down your name, Melodic Death 4L, and I will make sure that CM Morgana follows up on that for us. So if you want to go there and sheep, this is actually on a live server, yes?
Yeah.
Where are
now,
we?
Now there's a bunch of.
There's a bunch of
Corgis
corgis.
and sheep.
Corgis chase sheep.
Haven't they heard
I smell an eventual event here. This should be
This
a
is on
PvP
Greybriar.
thing. Oh, Greybriar.
like
Best
an event
server.
where you're either corgis or sheep?
Well, we
and
did have the
one
thing
group has to herd the other.
where you could
Yeah, yeah,
the
that'd be
corgis
great.
herded the cows.
Yeah, I made a rift where you corgis herd sheep into a pen.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
It's only during extra life though.
We need to bring more corgis and sheep into the mix here.
That's-
So, our Martian friend Akakakak says, hey, what's this Tartaric depths that was mentioned in the Gedlo Badlands questline?
It is a place where the Alaviax devils have banished the dragons after Maelforge left the plane, and
Red
they
Flight.
wanted to the Red Flight when they wanted to get back in control. And Tartaric Depths is a place in the Plane of Fire where enemies are banished, and it has been that way for billions of years.
Are we
It is a
going-
prison
Are we going
of
to...
the worst of the worst.
Okay, so when you say
Dragon
it's...
Max Pen.
Things that are too dangerous for the condemned fields of flame.
too dangerous for that. So what happens if something...
Something that's too dangerous for hell.
Yeah. So what
The
you're...
condemned fields of flame, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, the problem is that until very recently, Mount Pyre kind of sealed off the entrance
Yeah, it was a nice
to the
little
Tartaric
Cork
Depths.
just sort of.
Yeah,
slipped in.
cork. But someone, I don't want to pass the blame, but someone went and blew that open and released some of the dragons. So now maybe there is a way in there, and maybe they're going to get out, or maybe other people will get in and make use of these incredibly dangerous beings.
Is that right?
Putting the pain back in champagne.
I noticed that he said maybe several times.
Perhaps you need to
Oh,
switch it
and
up.
perhaps.
Okay,
Maybe,
perhaps.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Foreseen by others.
I could do the Voyager trick, and everything could be some kind of see?
And at some point, if he says too much of those maybe...
some kind of interdimensional quake. And then they used some kind of Ethian resonance field.
There's some kind of retroactive storytelling
Some
to
kind
undo
of-
the entire series. Yeah.
Right, we're seeing a lot of good comments about the Sarah items, the Sarah Dimension item, and Amber has said that it was made by several people on our art team. Yeah, I think we all agreed that it was pretty awesome when it showed up. So Silverwood Music is great. It's a good name, by the way. So why do we even need to go to the Comet of Ankh? Is it headed straight right at Telara? So
It was headed towards Telara,
but
due to your the good works of the Ascended, they have delayed its impact for now.
Nuke it.
Well, that's what the Ascended are.
Armageddon.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have to assemble an elite mining corps
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
dwarves.
Of course, it's a,
Of dwarves.
Of dwarves!
To go to the
Dwarves,
comet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
that's all it needed. Knock it off its...
Great.
But also,
trajectory.
it's full of people who live on the comet, so just nuking it would kill off all the Fora, all the kobolds.
Yeah, but we didn't know about them before the expansion, so whatevs.
But now they're adorable. You'd kill off all the adorable hedgehogs.
What?
Do you really
No!
want to do that?
No!
Yeah.
I mean, some people
They'd
would,
re-enter
but not
just
me.
fine. They just tuck into a
They
ball.
tuck and roll.
And my battle skunks, which are already
Oh.
extinct.
Oh.
What happened to your battle skunks? They get renamed?
They got made into battle squirrels.
Giant battle squirrels.
Battle
Giant
squirrels.
They
But I
got
like
made.
battle skunks
They
better.
got made 150% more
Battle
epic.
Battle skunks. Yeah.
So will we see battle skunks in future?
No.
I
No,
have
they're-
might
they're
outside.
dead.
I
They
have.
died.
They died. They all got killed.
Well, there might be-
they're-
there might
They
be
were the
distinct-
first line for a
it's an
defense,
extinct species.
and then the Tuatha came and they sacrificed
what
them on
about
the
some
Madstone.
squirrels that paint themselves up to look like battle skunks and they call themselves the skunk punks?
I like that.
I honestly.
Or it's
ever
squirrels
since
that
Prop
walked
64
under like a
passed-
paintbrush and it painted a stripe along their back, like
No,
in the
no,
Looney Tunes
it would have to be
cartoon.
cats that did that.
Oh,
and then,
yeah.
yeah.
Question. What is that being we can see in the sky from Threngar platform, or with the buff from Mind of Madness? Is it Drown?
The being in the Mind of Madness. Does it look? If it looks like the moon, then it's Drum. Because Drum is the moon. If it doesn't, if it has more legs than the moon, it's probably
How many legs,
How many legs does the moon have?
0.
Okay,
So if it has
a
more
leg-
legs than that, it's not the moon.
That's no moon?
It's an Akvan.
What's wrong with Akvan? Akvan are nice.
Okay, so
They are kind of cuddly.
changing
in a
topic for a
squiddy
second.
sort of way.
Rifter Faxer, can I still get credit for reaching Extra Life 2016 fundraising goals still? Yes, you've used the word still twice, but I will forgive you because you've done great works for Extra Life on our behalf. And yes, you can. I know that CM Morgana had a plan in place for anybody, because Extra Life goes until December 31st every year. It's January to December 31st, so that's pretty easy. And you should be able to get it. If you do make it to December 31st and you have earned a goal, but you didn't get it, let me know. We'll make sure that Morgana gets on that. Ooh, hedgehog mounts. Love that idea. Dwarves need a proper donkey mount. Donkey? We don't ride donkeys.
Mules. Ponies.
Ponies, yeah.
Ponies, perhaps.
So since we have now combat-capable horses, we could have a group of donkeys as the next big bad.
Bill Marinis says, if Shyla and
I'm working on a
Atrophinius
pun.
had
Hold
a
on.
baby, what would the baby look like?
Goat
I
elf.
think canonically in lore, he's scaly with winged feathers.
The baby?
He's adopted.
I got it!
I think dwarves should
Damn
have
it.
a hedgehog mount. by the way.
More.
I've proposed on several occasions, I think the best mount ever. It's 2 squirrels that are strapped to your feet.
To your feet and you just
then
run
just-
around.
And they
Yeah.
have rockets.
I 100% agree with that.
I've never gotten any traction. But
I've
that's
never
my-
gotten
that's
traction
what
on a
Have you gotten
guffin
pushback, though?
that you
No.
ride on it like it's what are those things?
A Segway?
No, a guffin. So you ski on it. You not a surfboard, a snowboard. Snowboard, yes.
Well, wouldn't the guffin be like riding on your shoulders with like...
No.
Reins?
You'd step on
Question,
it.
No,
question,
it's a
question,
guffin.
question.
Oh my god, a chariot with 2 otters.
Arceoexa, why the whying do you guys hate Rangers so much? This should be good for half
Why
an
do we
hour.
hate Rangers? I think we love Rangers.
Do we?
I think the thing was the Rangers were so amazing they were breaking the fabric of reality with their arrows.
And what?
And we didn't want to just have Rangers get blamed for destroying life as we knew it. But see, that's a balance question. Really, we love Rangers and we want to keep it competitive. And if they overperform, then we have to tune it down. It's all a very
No.
It's a
no,
complex
no.
thing.
You understand that Vlad only cares about Reavers.
we're gonna buff Rangers by nerfing everything else, but that is a whole 6-month plan.
I sense, somehow I sense that the whole plan here with Vlad Puppet is that one day Vlad can't stand it anymore and he'll storm into the
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think you're right.
You're putting a lot of words into his mouth that he's gonna.
Yeah, just be careful, because it's going to be him storming into the room with a warhammer in his hands.
Yes.
And not like a real warhammer that's like yay big. Like, no, like
not a-
like
But
a fantasy size like
people
sledge.
will be on the forums who are like, well, the puppet of Vlad said that they're gonna do this, and
And we
They will,
saw the
though.
puppet
They
of
will,
Vlad
though.
first, so
I
he's
know
been
they will.
already.
On the forum
Totally,
saying,
totally.
I know how the players on the boards are.
Vlad Puppet promised.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
It'll be great.
Oh my god.
Remember, his true name is Vladisok.
Vladisok. Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's why you guys write the entire
Oh my god.
all the lore. Can you give us a little taste into what you may have coming? Like for reals, what have you got? Just a hint, some sort of a story.
I told you, you made fun of what I was actually doing. I'm working on hallucinations.
Tell us about hallucinations.
When you huff all that paint thinner that's all over the Gedlow
Wait,
Badlands.
wait, wait. Is Usinations a Dwarven clan, and it's the Hall of
Ooh,
Usinations?
the Hall of Hallucinations. That's good. No,
I'm counting the minutes until this is over.
Yeah, wow.
Hey,
No, we are starting to now that the expansion is out, we can start thinking about and moving on to what comes next. But I don't have that in a state where I can promise anything. But as people were saying, they thought that Asha should be a companion, and I totally agree. We will see. I'd like to get her in there. Same with another person who traditionally gets his storyline cut until 5 years later.
I'm just gonna light everybody on fire.
He's going to light everyone on fire.
Is that your solution to everything?
No,
yeah.
just this
That's
time.
mine.
Yeah.
No.
It's
Sometimes
a good
I
one.
freeze it
Okay,
solid,
okay.
other times I drive you insane.
Yeah.
Actually, I always drive everyone insane. Maybe that's on me.
Okay. These people just want the giveaways now, all right?
Yeah.
Giveaways. If
Okay,
you-
now I'll tell you all about the upcoming lore.
That's so totally bad.
It all started with an acorn.
It did. We
All right.
planted it in the ground.
Now, anyone who has said
And
anything
over
in the
time,
last
it grew.
45 minutes will be automatically entered in the draw. But if you want to do #Ladybeards, I will not be opposed to that. Anyway, we're going to have these kind gentlemen read out the names because that way I don't have to what?
But as always, if you roll the thing and Rough Raptors grows a beard, then everyone gets double prizes.
How long
Rough
does
Raptors can't
Rough
grow a
Raptors
beard.
have to grow a beard?
Oh,
No, it's not gonna happen.
darn.
Sorry, not
Yeah, he
not
can't
happening.
grow a
Okay.
beard.
Maybe if he
All right,
finished his
so-
habanero, he would grow a beard.
Maybe.
We're going to give away
If he
a
ate all the
standard
candy that's on
edition
his desk.
of Starfall Prophecy, a deluxe edition of Starfall Prophecy, and 3, count them, 3, this many, yes, this many, Void Drakes. And I know that people are pretty hot for those. All right, so the standard edition goes to...
Is there any particular manner you want these
Steven 62380.
Is that enough numbers? That's like almost his social
No.
security number.
He's of the New Hampshire 62380s.
Oh my god.
That's great. That's great. Okay, the deluxe version of Starfall Prophecy will go to...
Oh, is it me?
Vlad, keep going.
No. Definitely John has to read this one. This is great.
You Kayami!
Wow. Well done.
Wow. Like,
Yukayami, if you do not yet pronounce your name in that fashion, you should start now. Congratulations on your deluxe edition of Starfall Prophecy. Now we have 3 Void Drakes. Michael, you're up next.
yeah, I'm not gonna do
Give me
anything
your
like what they
song.
just did. The walkie.
No, seriously?
Yeah, the walkie.
The
Oh, it already
walkie?
went off the
The
face. Like, give me your song.
The walkie, do you deserve this?
The walkie.
Do you deserve this?
Yeah, because he titled himself the whatever.
The walkie.
You can't. That's ridiculous.
Okay.
You gotta be just walkie. But the walkie won.
Well, walkie was already taken
Yeah,
by
probably.
somebody who shall remain nameless.
Except his name is Walkie.
I'm just glad the name I read didn't have copious amounts of
Okay,
numbers
Nick,
and letters mixed together.
The second Void Drake goes to...
Devastron!
Vlad, you took Nick's turn.
No, I said
Oh,
Devastron!
oh, you said... Oh, okay.
He's my
All right.
favorite Transformer.
That's a Transformer?
It's
No.
a Decepted. It's
Decepticon,
It's a Deceptiform.
It's a Deceptiform.
Deceptibot.
It's a Deceptimon.
Yeah.
Tune in next week for the
Autocon.
Geekcast. One more Void Drake. Here it is. Who wants to read it? Cole, come here and read this. Oh, it's not even impronounceable. That's sad.
Wait, oh. Ida human?
And I the puppet!
I'm gonna go.
Ida
Smoke
gonna get a
after
beer.
this.
Okay, if you guys have any more questions about lore, we have 5 minutes left. If you have no more questions about lore, we're totally done here, and we're just going to go.
What do you
keep
think?
Drinking.
5 minutes of just spinning nonsense?
I totally could do that.
Okay, so
Tell
the
us more,
acorn,
Lord.
where did we plant it?
I would. So the well,
What
the
acorn?
acorn, that was actually Una's plan, is to turn the
Yeah.
Anket into a giant tree. So it would probably fall plane of Earth,
Okay, cool.
and it would grow out, but it would be
How
kind
would
of
it
like
grow
a.
with no water?
They
There's no
Wait.
water in the plane of Earth. It's the plane
there
of
would be a
Earth.
rift that would happen. The
Have
skelf
we
would come
been to
over.
the plane of
Alright.
Earth yet?
We've seen parts of the plane of Earth, but technically that
Oh
was
my
Plane
God,
Touch
I
the
keep
Wilds.
smashing my knee on this.
Yeah, and
stupid
we can
table.
all hear it on the live stream.
I'm about
He's
to
gonna.
die.
That
hurt.
Tears of joy.
Carolar's about to apply for workman's compensation.
Okay, so-
Right?
So if we get to the plane of Earth,
So-
there'd be cadlu
Una-
droppings.
Well, Una
Wait.
plants the
plane of
tree.
Earth sounds very dwarven to me.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they'd probably
What do
go
you mean,
there.
yeah,
'cause they're-
sure.
Yeah, sure.
They'd probably go there because they're greedy, and they want all the gems and gold and silver.
they might dig too deep.
Yeah, and find the roots of the tree that Una planted.
But again,
okay, so Una,
but
Una
again,
plants
no
the
one
tree,
no one
she
writes
needs water.
stories about races that dig just the proper amount and are mildly
hold on,
happy.
there's-
The proper
water in
amount
the
is
plane
just
of
no
life.
fun at
Is
all.
this, first of all, is this a normal acorn, or is it like a magic acorn you plant?
It's a
it the
magic
moment you
acorn
put
made
water
It's
on
a
it,
world
it's
tree.
Oh, okay.
It's a world tree thing.
Yes.
It's an acorn made out of a
Okay, so it's an
thing-
acorn of a world tree.
out of a tower.
Yeah,
What world tree
a
did that
simulacra
acorn come
tower.
from?
What?
What world tree did that acorn come from?
It came from Anket,
Yeah.
who got
That's not a world
transformed.
tree, it's a
Yeah,
tower.
But
where?
Una's plan was to change her into a world tree
Yes.
because she's crazy.
Where did the original world tree come from?
It fell down during the war
wait.
against
So are you
Scotland.
saying that Anket the tower is
But where
made
did
out
that-
of tree, or that trees are made out of Anket?
Trees could be made out of Anket
Okay.
if she would be inclined to turn herself into a tree.
Okay.
But you'd have to bind her to do that. And then she just might explode.
Into
In-
particulate matter, or in the like
Why
jelly
do
pop?
why do the corrupt unicorns throw up rainbows?
Because as unicorns, they have eaten and delighted in the sweetness of rainbows for so long. But now that they are corrupt, it turns their stomach. And when they see you and they see your divine radiance, they just go, "Blah!"
How does that go?
One more time, but just not right in my ear, because it felt like it was pretty gross.
Okay,
Oh my god.
okay.
I agree, Asha Balinar. I also want my characters to have her wardrobe.
Her wardrobe's pretty nice, and if enough people ask for it, somebody's eventually going to make that happen in some way
Yeah,
or another.
Seems comfy.
Okay.
It's the higher rank of a Tuatha you are, the more low cut your outfit is.
Yeah. You got to show the happy trail.
Okay. A word about costumes. Dwarves, for instance, we don't go in for any of that crap because we know that you have to protect.
No.
You can't even tell if the dwarf is wearing full armor. The beard
I have
covers
seen
everything.
dwarves in Rift wearing the most low cut things and the most shiny things.
I have not seen
In their
any
defense,
of those
they're wearing
dwarves.
normal human-sized clothing with a conservative cut neckline.
Yeah.
Just on them,
It's
it's
just
much more
low cut.
Okay, clearly we're done here. We're just going to close off by putting up our little Ladybeard segment once more, and we're leaving. And the sound may not be off,
Oh,
so you guys
hey,
watch
how's
what
it
you're saying.
going, Puppet Cole?
It's
I don't even want to know. All right, please switch to the thing.
back here, you yelly belly.
Goodbye.
Ladybeards.
Goodbye. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Ladybeards.
We're done. Y'all go home. Enjoy your beers.
It's just lazy on men, but it's a lot of work
I
for
don't
them.
even. What?
Ladybeards.
No, stop now before this becomes an HR
Ladybeards.
thing. Oh,
Shave them off, wear them around your ears.
I'm fading you, fam.
I know where you live, too.
Ladybeards.
no,
Ladybeards.
this is bad. This is so bad.
Now
Use
no
them
one wants
wipe
to
no,
wear
no,
your
no,
tears.
No!
Ladybeards.
Are we faded?
Ladybeards.